Kevin. How are you, sir? I'm good, man.
It doesn't feel like Comic-Con without you.
Thank you, Kevin. It's not Comic-Con without you.
1 year you were up here, correct?
Yeah, actually 2 years.
2 years.
But we're not counting. We're not counting.
Okay. But that's huge.
Yes, it is huge. And you know what? And again, I'm getting nervous.
Don't get nervous.
I don't ever get nervous, but every time.
Why would you be nervous? I literally just admitted I would suck my friend's dick. You should be very at ease now, man. And you should be like, I might get my dick sucked. He seems like a giver.
And my wife would be totally pissed at me, you know?
No, she wouldn't do it. Seriously, I guarantee you, like, I don't know many things in life, but you could sell to your wife, like, you're never gonna believe this, but a fucking dude that got kicked off the airplane, he sucked my dick, and I'm not gay, but is it cool? She would totally let you skate, man. But you can only do it once. If you try it a second time, then she'd be mad.
Yeah.
Then she'd call me up and be like, stop sucking my man's dick! I was like, I can't help it. Bitch, he's mine. Anyway, how are you? Excellent to see you.
You know what? Let me tell you, this Hall H has been fantastic all day.
What happened? What happened? I came early, literally, to watch Iron Man 3. Like, every once in a while, there's something that I'm very into, so I came for this, and I geeked out on that. What else was here? What's that? Did you
Superman.
You saw Man of Steel footage?
Yes.
What did it look like?
Fucking awesome!
Yeah.
Now, let me say,
Snyder wouldn't let you down, man. That is the truth. He knows how to make a fucking action movie.
and you know what? It really touched me a lot because I'm adopted, and he comes to our Earth and be a part of saving the world and the whole adoption thing. It really
I never
touched
thought
me.
about that. Did they play that up or something?
What?
Did they play that up in the clip? Like, I never put two and two together. I guess Superman would be the patron saint of adopted kids everywhere.
Exactly.
That's so fucking sweet, man. Now I can totally get my head around adopting a kid. I'd sit on the bed and be like, do you know why you're special? You're like Superman.
And you know what?
Because that other kid we had, I fucked it into existence. That kid came from my dirty balls, but you're like Superman. Go, little Kal-El.
And it touched me so much, I cried.
Watching that footage?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that shit, man. When people get so geeked up about like something unreal, like a fucking Superman movie. The last Dark Knight trailer made me tear up. I was like, this is the end. Oh my God. They better not kill him. I'll kill Chris Nolan. You know. I got emotionally invested. I don't know where it was going, but I started rolling the fucking tear when the music comes in and she's like, you don't know these people. You've given them everything. He's like, not everything. First, I gotta give him my good voice. No, I love it. I go, not everything, not yet. You're like, oh, do it, Dark Knight. So I know the feeling, getting emotional at footage that, you know, some people would be like, oh, stop it, you know. But I'm with you, I'm on the same page.
And that was my thing. You have Dark Knight, and I have Superman.
That's you feel for the Supes the way I feel for the Batman.
Exactly.
Right on. And it's because of the adoption thing.
Yeah, because of the adoption.
That's a way in. I never thought about that. I always thought Superman was kind of impenetrable, not because, you know, you couldn't get in that ass, but but because, like, you know, he's like a godlike figure with powers. He could, you know, there's that little rock. Other than that, he could fucking do anything. And I always, the appeal of Batman, of course, was like, scrape everything away. You know, you're like, if I had the money and I had the free time and my parents died, I could be Batman, you know. That's what we like about Batman, but I've never felt that about Superman. I've had no identifying aspect because Superman can do anything, he's in shape, and chicks like him. So having the like, oh, he's adopted, that would be a way in for me. Like, that humanizes him a little bit in a way I never thought about before. And I've been reading this shit for like 30 years, so thank you for that.
And also, some of the podcasts I listen to, some of the podcasts I listen to and how you talk about things and goals and things you want to reach. Me and my wife, January 1st, we said we're going to work out and lose weight, and we've done it, man.
Did you? How much did you lose?
I lost 40 pounds. And
look at you, well done.
And my wife has lost 50 pounds.
Right on, man. Congrats. I've heard from a number of people on Twitter that podcasts, and not just mine, but they usually mention mine, but in general, podcasts are a great workout device because they're, you know, in the 1 hour range or something, and you're always, your mind's engaged listening to this conversation so you don't think about this. Fuck, it sucks. I'd rather be sitting home smoking weed. So I hear that a lot of people are doing that lately. Me, I put on one song and listen to it over and over again, and it's not even a fucking like power song, like fucking, you know,
Eye of the Tiger?
It's not Eye of the Tiger, man, at all. That to me was never really a power song. But it's not even the theme of Rocky. Like there's that moment in Rocky, like everyone knows the da-na-na, but there's that one section of the music where it gets like real like da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, like dramatic. That to me would be good workout music, but that would make me go faster, and I don't want to go faster, you know? I want to keep at my pace. So I listened to a song called I Can't Wait by New Shoes. It's from like 1986, and it goes listen to that over and over. I listen to it about 10 times on my entire workout, and I walk with a little dachshund all the time, so it looks like fat guy and a little dog. And she can hear it because it bleeds out of my headphones. And the dog, I swear to you, it may be that I'm stoned all the time, but the dog walks in beat with the song. And I'm always behind her, you know, and you feel weird because very rarely are you ever around another organism that's like, I'm gonna shit now, you know, but since the dog is quicker than I and on a leash and whatnot, I'm always behind her, so I'm always kind of watching her, not in a creepy way, but just like I find it, what else am I gonna do? Like look at the scenery and shit? I'm like, this is interesting. So as I watch her, she grooves with the fucking song, man, and that really does it for me in a weird way. I'm just like, me and the dog are jazzercising. I get home, I tell my wife that, and she's like, you have to stop smoking as much. Anyway, but I feel you, man. I'm going to do this thing starting Monday. I was having a conversation with my friend DK, and he was talking about, he read some factoid, or somebody told him, it takes 30 days to implant a new behavior in the human brain, 30 days. So when you sit there going like, I'm gonna go on a diet, if you make it 5 days and stop, that ain't good enough. Like 30 days reprograms your brain.
Yeah.
So tomorrow what I want to start doing is like, I wake up very early. I wake up at 4:20 in the morning, and not ironically. And I'll be honest with you, the reason I do it is definitely weed related. I'm at an age now where I'm like, why the fuck would I sleep when there's so many cool things? So I wake up and I'll smoke and stuff, but now what I want to change is I'm going to wake up and immediately put on the shoes and leash the dog and go walking. So first thing, if I can get that done at the top of the day, everything else will seem like a fucking cakewalk. So I'm gonna be joining you next year. I'm gonna drop you as well.
I can't wait, man.
Okay. Good seeing you again, man. That's what I like about Comic-Con. It's like coming home. You see people you see every fucking year.
He left his glasses.
Oh, he did. Right on. He had a great moment, and then he fucking fucked up.
Well, everyone give it up for Mike.
Yeah, well done, man. I like that. You're looking out for him. Well done. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Kevin. How about yourself?
Excellent, excellent.
Awesome. Well, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller, and I'm very curious about the success of Smodcast Pictures with bindle stiffs and future projects, because I'm a filmmaker that wants to make films and not just watch them.
Well done.
So I'm just curious about how that's going for you.
We have this, thank you for allowing me the opening. We have this division of Smodco that's called Smodcast Pictures, of course. That's what we do most of our filmed entertainment under, like Comic Book Men and spoilers. But Smodcast Pictures Presents is this thing that we're doing with Phase 4 out of Canada, this company. I stood on stage at Sundance, you know, a few years ago, and was like, I'm gonna take the movie out on tour and shit, and one day I'm gonna take your movies out. And you know, that was like a 5-year plan. I was like, once I get done with all my filmmaking, put that to bed, I don't wanna walk away from movies. I love movies, I like being around them, just don't wanna make them anymore. But helping people make their movies, that's awesome. Like when you've gotten all this, aggregated experience in knowing how to make a film. I'm not going to say filmmaking expertise because that sounds arrogant, but aggregated experience that I can pass on to somebody and be like, here are the pitfalls to avoid. You should do this. It's exciting. That's what I'd rather do rather than keep directing till the day I die. I want to help other people make their movies. One day someone helped me, you know, and suddenly my life changed. And also, it's not just like altruistic, like I want to be a good person. Like I said, I like being around people that make me laugh. I saw this movie, Bindle Stiffs. Elise Seiden, who's one of the producers on Red State, and she's a producer on Comic Book Men, she watched this movie. She's like, I saw it, it's at a slam dance, it won the audience award, it is truly fucking hysterical. Now, you know, I like Elise and I trust her taste, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, when you try to be funny for a living, it's tough to find anything else all that funny. You have a higher bar, so to speak. She sent me this flick, Bindle Stiffs, and I sat down and watched it in my office, and I swear to you, I started watching it a little bit with indignance. I'm sitting there going, okay, let's see what this is going to be derivative of, because there's nothing new under the sun. So I'm waiting to see the influence. Young kids, I'm probably going to see some Apatow in here. Maybe if they're precocious, we'll see a little bit of Wes Anderson. You don't really see my stuff unless they start talking about weed or something like that. So I'm looking for the flavor of filmmaker that's going to be in there. 10 minutes into it, I'm overwhelmed by the startling feeling of like, oh my God, this is original. This is it's a diamond in the rough. Like, I've never seen it. I've seen original things. You rarely see it. It's so tough to recognize. Something that doesn't lean on something else, something that doesn't pretend to be something else or use a beat from something else or isn't in that same milieu or style. These kids, in high school, they were 17 years old. Andrew Edison's the director. Him and his friends got together, started shooting this fucking movie on video, let it sit for a few years, went to college. Some professor was like, you should finish it, it's funny. They went and finished it 2 years later and submitted it to Slamdance, and it got into my hands. And I said, this is the kind of thing that I would love to represent. Like, nobody's gonna see this fucking picture outside of Slamdance. Like, it's shot on video, it's small, it's not gonna get a proper theatrical release. They'll be lucky if they go VOD. So, you know, for us, with Smodcast Pictures Presents, the idea is take the Red State model that we built and use it for other people's films. So we brought in Bindle Stiffs, they released it on VOD. We were going to be touring with it in June, but it got moved till August. This August, we're going to go out on the road with it and show it in theaters as well. And we're going to Texas, because the boys are from there, and a couple other theaters as well. Because every filmmaker wants the theatrical experience. None of us make the movie going, I hope it goes, you know, video on demand or something. We like seeing it with an audience. And it doesn't have to be like in multiplexes everywhere and spending $20 million to open it. A few screenings does the heart real good, and that's what I learned on Red State, and that's what I wanted to share with other filmmakers. So that's what Smodcast Pictures Presents is. You can watch it like literally right now. Just like you can buy those iPhones, the games, you can literally go watch Bindle Stiffs right after this. It's on iTunes, it's on VOD channels in hotel rooms. I swear to you, like, you may not like it in terms of like, it's not my style of comedy, but it is a rare beast, man, when you find something original and funny. I was so blown away by it. I said, yes, let's make this our initial release. So we're doing other titles. There's a few other titles. Alter Egos is another one we've got. There's a wonderful Wonder Woman documentary, and those are VOD. They won't be going out on the road or anything, but we're going to be kind of doing like presenting films that might have gotten lost in the cracks. And that's what we're doing with Phase 4. It's called Smodcast Pictures Presents. Everyone's eligible. When I talked about Smodcast Pictures back in the day, I said I was going to turn it over to the people and release your movies. I said, but in order to get considered by Smodcast Pictures, you have to be passed over by everyone else in the world. We're your last resort, the island of misfit toys for films. But that's not even the case anymore, because this movie wasn't like passed over by people. We just jumped in and said, yeah, we'll take this. So send your flicks in. If you're making flicks, send them to it. There's an address somewhere on the Smodcast website, on smodcast.com. You can find an address to submit your flicks to. Elise watches them first. She's the first person you get through, and the stuff that she likes, she passes on to me, and we have pretty similar taste at this point. So that's what I'm looking to do a lot. I mean, there's Bindle Stiffs was in that trailer we did, but there's a few others that are coming down the pike, and it's cool, man. It's cool to be involved with young talent. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, the way you stay relevant and the way you stay fresh or fucking in people's good graces, if you're around something that inspires them, something that makes them laugh, something that does something for them. And you know, I've done a lot of things that have done stuff for people, but I don't want to live off those. Like, I'm glad I have those. I love those movies and shit like that, but I don't want to live my life on Clerks. Like, I joke about it being, I'm the Clerks guy, fucking Clerks, but I've done a lot since then, and I don't like to rest on that fucking laurel. These kids hanging out with young filmmakers who are doing something new and original, it takes me right back. It's a fucking time machine. Like, I'm sitting around with kids who are making something like by the seat of their pants, and it's funny, and they don't give a shit what other people do, and they've got their own agenda. It takes me back to that moment, you know, when I made Clerks way back in the day.